Hi, I'm Judi Vitale from ReadTheStars.com, and I'm here with your week at work, horoscope-wise that is, for the week of October 24th, 2011. Well, folks, it is a Jupiter trine Pluto week. I would refer you back to a video that I did in the summer about Jupiter and Pluto. In fact, I'll link it in the weekly horoscopes back on the site, so make sure you check that out to talk in detail about what Jupiter and Pluto mean. I will summarize here by saying that Jupiter is expansion and Pluto is power. So everybody's going to feel very empowered this week. Sounds like a good thing, but it can also be dangerous. Be careful how you handle what you have. You never know what's going to happen next. The sun is in Scorpio now. It went into Scorpio on Sunday afternoon, and it's time for Halloween. It's time to deal with the things that we can't control. Things like death. Things like danger, things like madness, things that we have to confront in order to understand our mortality so that we can then come to the point where we want to rise from the ashes that are created when something is destroyed. So if you think about Scorpio and you think about Jupiter and Pluto working together, because now Pluto's in Capricorn kind of eroding away at our structures while Jupiter is building up this inflated idea about money, I don't know if we're going to see the stock market go down right now. I think that it's probably going to continue to go up. It's just all on very false pretenses, and I think that most economic analysts would concur with that. Anyway, back to the week as it sets up. Monday's going to be pretty exciting. We'll have the moon opposite Uranus. It'll be going into Libra at about 11:49 a.m., right around lunchtime on the East Coast. And as it opposes Uranus, everybody's going to be a little bit jittery, nervous, so keep it to decaf, okay? Tuesday, almost the opposite. While there will be a very strong kind of progress, especially intellectually speaking because of the Libra moon, while the moon is in sextile or in a cooperative aspect with Mars, when it comes crashing into Saturn a little bit later on, people will come down from their elevated thoughts about what a great idea they had. Just in time for Wednesday's new moon in Scorpio. And that is, again, a new beginning about something having to do with this tremendous process of transformation that goes on while the sun is in Scorpio. We'll be talking about that probably tomorrow. Hopefully I will get the time to do that, okay? Thursday, we have a very interesting thing, something called an occultation. And that's when the moon and another planet, or any two planets actually, that's usually the moon, will get, or the sun, get together not only in terms of where they are in the zodiac, but also in terms of where they are with relationship to the horizon. And so the moon will be occulting or hiding Mercury, or vice versa. They're going to be together. Okay? So very, very intense, emotional communication. So expect to hear that heavy conversation that you've been dreading, or you might be the one to begin it. Who knows? Okay, so that will be on Thursday. Friday, we're going to have an early morning void of course moon leaving Scorpio, going into Sagittarius. And at that point, it's going to open up this wild and crazy day. We're going to have the actual Jupiter trine Neptune happening on Friday, along with the sun's involvement this time, folks. Okay, last time the sun was not this involved, where it was opposing Jupiter and sextiling Pluto. So when the sun is opposing Jupiter, it's in like a mutual feeding of energy. So there's going to be a lot of delusion going on about how wonderful and great all these ideas that people have, especially around Taurus kinds of things like money. Okay, so be very careful, and also overindulgence. And the sun in a sextile to Pluto, I think, kind of feeds the idea of change, making things change. So there are going to be some things, and as we said, some seismic effects. We've already had the event in Turkey, and usually when there's one earthquake, there are usually more, and around a new moon there are always more earthquakes than usual. Or volcanoes, who knows, seismic activity of some kind. Sunday, a little bit more relaxing. We'll have a slow morning as the moon is void, of course, in the sign of Sagittarius in the morning, and then it'll go into Capricorn a little bit later in the day. And it just makes mostly nice aspects in Capricorn, except, of course, to that nice conjunction to Pluto that it will make eventually. And at that point, we will all be dealing with that idea of personal power and how we're going to handle it. So that's our mission for this week, really, is how are we going to empower ourselves and how are we going to handle it? We'll be talking a lot about that this week on readthestars.com, so keep coming back to the site and keep coming back here to the YouTube channel, and you'll see. Talk to you soon, I hope. If you want to talk to me, Judi, Judi, at readthestars.com.